What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this video. Tonight I was supposed to be off. In fact, I am off, but some stuff came up and I felt like I needed to record a little video to hopefully put your minds at ease and address the midfield situation a little bit. So before I get stuck into tonight's video, which will mainly be around Bellingham and other potential Liverpool midfield targets, do drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Play nice now in the comment section. If you don't agree with me, no problem, but, try to just show a little bit of respect in there towards other users as well. Right, look, I'm not going to waffle away. I'm going to get stuck into it. So where's this all come from? What do we currently know, and what can I help fill in the gaps? Let's start with a tweet that went out from Matt Thielen. Matt Thielen is one of the guys who owns and runs LFC Transfer Room. Very good Liverpool account. Lots of time for the guys at LFC Transfer Room. But what did Matt have to say, and does that change the situation? So what Matt said was, Bernardo Silva's impending transfer to Barcelona has opened the door to Manchester City lodging a mega bid for Jude Bellingham. Not surprised. Again, their name had been touted around a little bit. So with that being said, will they do it? Will they trigger a number that will make Borussia Dortmund sell? Well, I don't believe so, no. I don't believe that Borussia Dortmund will be selling in this window, even for a mega money offer. But add to that, the most important part of all of this, what I've always said, and I've been really consistent in using the exact same phrase when I talk about Bellingham to Liverpool, I've always said that what I was told was, whenever he leaves Borussia Dortmund, no timescale was ever given to me, that his next club will be Liverpool. So with this tweet from Matt, and with the rumoured interest from Manchester City, I had a lot of people in our Discord obviously asking me, are things still on track? Will Bellingham still be a Liverpool player whenever he leaves Dortmund? Usually I don't do this, but I went back to the journalist that told me the original story, and I asked a simple question. Are the plans for Jude Bellingham to Liverpool still the same? I got a one-word answer. Absolutely. That's all I have to add to that. Nothing has changed as far as I'm aware, and Liverpool will be his next football club whenever he leaves Borussia Dortmund. That doesn't stop the Manchester City interest though. But what will that do? Will that trigger Liverpool to act in this window? The honest answer to that is I don't know. If Manchester City go in and have an offer that, let's say, Dortmund are thinking about, then I would suggest, yes, it is very likely that Liverpool would look to head off that Manchester City interest and will look to match or come to an agreement with Dortmund that suits. Again, I don't want to put timescales on anything because I don't know. That's the one part I've always been open about. So yeah, that's where we are on that one. Let's wait and see what Manchester City do, because this has been mentioned before. Real Madrid were another option. People were saying, if Real Madrid came in and bid for Jude, would Liverpool match it? And I believe that we would. I believe that that would be the case. Again, I point you to the betting odds for these things. Liverpool were by far and away the favourites. Manchester City were, if my memory is correct at the time, 14-1 or something to sign them. And the news around Bernardo Silva potentially joining Barcelona, that's not new news. That's been around for quite a while. That was been doing the rounds since before the end of last season, if my memory is correct. I think Pep even addressed it when he was doing some type of charity game or charity work or something when he popped back over to Barcelona. So that's where we are with that. Now we move on to some other potential names, because again, for me, as far as I'm aware, Bellingham stuff hasn't changed. When he leaves Borussia Dortmund, he will become a Liverpool player, as far as I'm aware. That's what I've been told. I'm sticking to that story. And again, as I said, I did have it reiterated with a simple absolutely. Now, we look at Matheus Nunes, or Matheus Nunes. I'm not sure how you pronounce this gentleman's name. Couple of things around him that have been doing the rounds today. So one headline coming from Portugal said that Matheus Nunes is waiting for Liverpool, waiting being the quote. I don't know if that's true or that isn't true. I've always said about this guy, I don't know if the interest is there or not. He's the right type of calibre of footballer. He's the right age bracket of footballer. And look, we do know that Pep Linders has extensive contacts in Portugal and extensive notes on a lot of players. We do know Liverpool have been scouting this guy. But then again, Liverpool scout a lot of players from a lot of leagues. So I don't know on this one is the honest answer. I like the idea of it, but I don't know enough to say 100% that yes, Liverpool are really going to make a move for Matheus Nunes. As this window goes on, I do start to feel a little bit more confident that maybe we'll act to bring a midfielder in. Is that Bellingham? I'll be very, 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 very surprised if Dortmund entertain anything until next summer with Bellingham. Will it be Matheus Nunes? I don't know. Let's wait and see. But one more player who Liverpool have been linked with, and who I think is a name on most of our tongues, is Nico Barella from Inter Milan. Now, there's an article that comes from the Mirror that said Liverpool would reportedly have to stump up between 75 and £100 million to sign long-standing target Nico Barella, and as I said, that's according to the Mirror. So, like I said to you guys yesterday, every player at Inter Milan has a price. That's been put out there. So yeah, look, is that enough to tempt Liverpool? Again, I don't know. I'd love Barella at Liverpool. I think he's a wonderful footballer. Barella this summer, Bellingham next summer, that will do me fine. Matheus Nunes this summer, Bellingham next summer, that will do me absolutely fine as well. Now, one more Inter Milan player whose name has come up over the last few days is Brozovic. It didn't really make any sense to me from Liverpool looking to sign the guy, because he signed a new contract, I think, with Inter Milan last year. And Fabrizio Romano has been speaking about it, and he said, still, despite some speculation elsewhere, Marcelo Brozovic is untouchable for Inter Milan. The Croatian midfielder extended his contract a few months ago and will not leave. So that will put that one to bed. And I'm not surprised, because us going in for a 29-year-old midfielder, as good as he is, and he's a very good player, it just didn't really make sense to me. Yes, I know we've brought Thiago in, but that's kind of the exception to the rule with Liverpool more than anything else. So that's where we are with midfield targets right now. I want to know if you guys feel that Liverpool will act, because it's great to see James Pearce saying that maybe Liverpool will look to reevaluate now. And I think there was a piece James Pearce wrote in The Athletic where he said it could kind of make some sense for Liverpool to do one piece of midfield business this summer and one piece next summer. Because remember, the end of this season, we're going to lose Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner. And that's on top of anybody else who may or may not move out. Then we have the fact that, of course, we loaned Tyler Morton to Blackburn, a move which has left many of us scratching our heads, particularly when we are in a bit of a midfield crisis right now. So this is where we are right now. So I guess I'm making this video for a couple of reasons. One, to hopefully put some people's mind at ease, because I know when you see these things, you go into meltdown and you're all saying, but, as far as I'm aware, nothing is changing with Jude Bellingham to Liverpool. The groundwork has been put in for a long time on this one, and Liverpool are looking to be respectful to Dortmund and only really make a move for the player when they feel like Dortmund potentially would sell. And next summer makes sense because of his contractual situation, having 2 seasons to go. I want to throw in one more name just before I finish up. A name that, I'm going to be entirely honest, has just been plucked out of my head. This is not a link that I've seen in any newspapers or anything like that. I've not been told anything. Just makes some sense to me. That name is Ruben Neves. Now, before you say yes or no, hear me out. We know Ruben Neves has been coached by Pep Linders extensively when he was coming through at Porto. We know that Pep Linders has dossiers on a lot of players, and we know that Ruben Neves is a tidy footballer who plays very well in the Premier League and can play in a double pivot in midfield, just tick some boxes. But last night when we were doing a live stream together over on our Twitch channel, Chris did a search on his contractual situation, which I honestly had no clue about, and he's in his last year of his Wolves deal. So if he's not going to renew there with Wolves, they would be under a bit of pressure to perhaps sell. So that's why I suggested Ruben Neves. I think he's a good fit, but when I heard even more about his contractual situation, I thought this could be a good move for somebody. And again, that could be Manchester United, who need a midfielder in that position. But I just think if we're going to look in this window, Matheus Nunes and Ruben Neves, they'd be the 2 names at the top of my list with Nico Barella. But that's probably a very expensive option. I'm not sure where the money's there or not to do that. But then again, the money would be there for Bellingham. So I don't know what way the club's finances are, what way they're looking at this. But if somebody goes in for Bellingham, I really do believe we'll be right there with them. And look at what Bellingham said previously. He spoke about not playing for the money and all that stuff, that it means more to him, winning trophies to make the fans happy. He kind of hinted to moving to a club down the line with some history and some tradition. And let's be fair, with all due respect to Manchester City and what they've achieved recently, and I say all due respect, I don't really have that much. Loads for their fans, not so much for the way the club's been run. So that's where we are right now. I wouldn't panic about it. Well, I panic about us needing a midfielder. That's a whole other conversation. I do hope we get one in. But look, I just wanted to address the Bellingham situation because it's one that keeps coming up in conversation. Also, you may have noticed some people are messaging me. I deleted my @CraigHolden Twitter account and got rid of all the followers on it. Started a new one, same tag, @CraigHolden, CraigHolden. If you want to give me a follow on there, it is entirely on private now, so I can hopefully manage how I interact with it a bit better and not be trolled as much by some people. So that's where we are, my friends. I will be back live tomorrow, and I will be recording another video tomorrow as well. I'll be over on our Twitch channel for a watch along of the Super Cup, a game that we should have maybe could have been playing in, but it will be Real Madrid and Eintracht Frankfurt. So I hope to see you over there for that. If not, enjoy the good weather. Thank you for your time. I will chat to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.